Howdy, my name is Rachel Superville, and I'm an academic advisor in the Department of Physics and Astronomy. In today's presentation, you will learn about what classes count for the core curriculum, as well as what degree options are available to you as a student in the department. You will also learn about department and university resources, such as the Study Hub, the Writing Center, and the Help Desk. We will go over registration during the presentation, and most importantly, what you can do with a physics degree.
We're excited to welcome you to the Department of Physics and Astronomy. We think that you're joining the best department on campus. I'd like to tell you a little about our department. This fall, we'll be bringing in approximately 70 new students, and that's going to bring our total undergraduate population to just over 250. We also have about 150 graduate students, and we have over 60 faculty members. That means that your classes, after you get through your first year and second year, are going to be pretty small, and there's a lot of opportunity to have interaction with our faculty. There's also a lot of opportunities for undergraduate research for that reason. We are so pleased to tell you that this year, for the first time, we have tracks for our physics degree. Previously, we had a Bachelor of Science in Physics, and we had a Bachelor of Arts degree in Physics. Now we have not only those two degrees, but we also have Bachelor in Science Physics degrees with tracks: Astrophysics, Business, and Computational Science. These degrees do come in as a Bachelor of Science in Physics. They just also designate you with a track. The track classes are put into the degree in place of some of the upper division physics classes. So you'll see all 5 degrees are identical through the first 5 semesters. After that, they diverge depending on which way you're going. And depending on your interests, you may want to have a track. All students are welcome to do tracks, and you don't have to make a decision immediately because there's plenty of time for you to do that. We look forward to meeting you this summer virtually and to meeting you on campus physically when the fall semester starts.
This is the Fall 2020 Incoming Student Presentation for the Department of Physics and Astronomy. It is very important that you view and listen to all slides. We have worked hard to include the information that you need to know, but to try to keep this as brief as possible.
Now we will talk about choosing courses. By now, you will have received a handout about the core curriculum. The core curriculum are the additional classes needed in addition to the physics hours required for the degree. This will be about 42 hours. Many of you will meet these requirements through AP, dual credit, or summer courses. The required core areas are communication, mathematics, life and physical sciences, American history, government and political science, language, philosophy and culture, creative arts, and social and behavioral sciences. Your mathematics and life and physical sciences will be met with your major coursework. You will have to take additional classes to meet the other areas. You can always find an updated list at core.tamu.edu. Texas A&M also requires students take 2 3-hour courses, one in International Culture and Diversity and one in Cultural Discourse. If you were to go to the core website and search for a creative arts class, the webpage would look similar to this. The first column, CS, stands for College Station. That means all of the classes listed here are available at the College Station campus. AFST 327 is obviously a creative arts class. If you look in the last 2 columns, you'll see an ICD column and a CD column. This course counts as a CD, which is a cultural discourse. So, if you are missing a creative arts category or a course in the creative arts category, you could take this class to count as your creative arts course and your cultural discourse class. ARCH 249 counts as a creative arts class, and it also counts as an International Culture and Diversity course, the ICD. So if you were missing a creative arts class and you needed to fill your ICD requirement, you could take this class. We will now talk about degree plans. If you look at the catalog, you will see classes that are different than what is listed here. That is because chemistry is no longer required. Students will instead take a programming course and Astronomy 102. As we move through the next 3 slides, you will notice the degree plans are color-coded. The courses in blue are your required physics courses. The courses in red are your required math. The courses in black are your core curriculum. And the courses in purple are specific to the degree track you decide to pursue. The degree options and tracks begin to differ after the third semester, so you will have until then to decide which track you will choose. Because of this, the classes in the colored ink must be taken during the semester they are listed. The classes in the black ink, which again are your core curriculum courses, can be taken at any time as long as they are taken before you graduate. Research is required for certain tracks. Research can be taken at any time. It does not necessarily have to be taken during the semester it is listed. A popular time for students to take research is during the summer. Because of the size of our department, physics classes begin to only be offered once a year, starting the fourth semester. Please note, if you are unable to move on beginning the fourth semester, you will be pushed back a full year in the degree plan. The Department of Physics and Astronomy currently offers the Bachelor of Science in Physics, the Bachelor of Arts in Physics, the Bachelor of Science Astrophysics track, the Bachelor of Science in Physics Business track, and the Bachelor of Science in Physics Computational Science track. The degree option you select and track you select will depend on your future goals and interests. If you plan to go to graduate school for physics, we would recommend the traditional BS in physics. The astrophysics track would be for someone who is interested in going to graduate school for astronomy or directly into the astronomy field with a bachelor's degree. The business track and computational science track are similar in that they are for students who are interested in going into the business or computer science field. Please note the classes required for each. Though it is a Bachelor of Arts in Physics, the BA at Texas A&M is comparable to a Bachelor of Science in Physics at many other institutions. The main difference between the BA and the BS begins during the second semester of the junior year, where less classes are required. Please note you will have to declare a minor if you decide to pursue a BA in physics to meet the university hours requirement in order to earn a degree. Another difference you will note between the BA and the BS is the research requirement. Students pursuing the BA are not required to register for research, though it is still encouraged. There are several different types of students that tend to opt for the BA. Those that plan to double major, those that know they're not going to go directly into the physics field when they graduate, and those that get to the end of the junior year and decide they no longer want to take upper-level physics courses. Whatever you decide, the Bachelor of Arts in Physics is still a competitive option. You will receive and be expected to sign and return the department policies and communication preferences. Department policies are very important and should be read through carefully as you will be expected to know them. Students are responsible for reading, understanding, and addressing all emails sent to their official Texas A&M email account. All correspondence from the university, college, and department will be sent to this address. Please make sure you check your email at least one time every day. All physics majors will be admitted under the BA degree, no matter what you selected on your application. At the end of your first year, you will receive an email asking if you want to remain under the BA or switch to the BS. All physics foundation courses must be completed with a C or better. These are basically the first 4 semesters worth of courses. You can find them listed on the department policies. Failure to complete the foundational courses with a C or better will prevent a student from moving on to the next semester. Beginning in the 4th semester, physics classes are offered only once a year, either in the fall semester or the spring semester. Failure to move on to the next semester will push you behind 1 full year in the degree plan. We encourage all students to take math and physics courses at Texas A&M. If you plan to take them at another university, please speak with an advisor. All students are expected to follow the degree plan of the major they have declared. If you are a physics major and do not have the required classes, you will be considered a closet major and a hold will go on your account until you do one of 2 things. Either change your major to match the courses you are registered for, or change your classes to the classes required for a physics major. Students with a D or F reported at midterm or as a final grade may be required to meet with an advisor. Please make sure you check your account for holds related to your final grades or midterm grades, or an email from an advisor. Please also make sure you check your holds on your Howdy account. Holds can prevent you from registering, getting transcripts, and other important university activities. Again, please make sure you read through the department policies very carefully. Our main form of communication with students will be through your official Texas A&M email account. If we are unable to reach you, we will send you a text message or a phone call based on your selections on the communication preferences. Please note we will never send confidential information via text message or phone call. We will now go over department and university resources. The Department of Physics and Astronomy has a computer support group led by Brendan. He is able to help you with your card access, so with your university ID, you'll be able to access the building after hours and on weekends, and you'll be able to access the undergraduate student lounge on the 4th floor. He can also help you with your personal electronic device, so your phone, tablet, or computer. He cannot help you with your net ID, your Texas A&M email, or your Texas A&M Wi-Fi. Please contact the help desk for issues with those. There are many learning assistance resources on campus that are free to you because technically you pay for them in your tuition and fees. There's a study hub, which is an online, basically database about where to find tutoring throughout campus as well as other learning resources. We have an academic success center, which helps you with supplemental instruction, tutoring, academic coaching, and workshops. There are help desks in the departments of physics, chemistry, and math. These are basically walk-in areas where students can go to get tutoring from graduate students of their respective departments. And there's a university writing center where you can get help with your writing. The Texas A&M Career Center is a resource we encourage students to start using their freshman year. They offer career exploration help, resume development, internship and job skills, interviewing skills, salary negotiation, and much more. You can meet with them through walk-in advising or scheduling an appointment. They offer events and workshops such as career fairs, career panels, resume days, recruiting events, and more. Please visit the Career Center's website for more information. The Career Center hosts the year's largest career fairs during the fall semester. There's one for engineering, business, and sciences. Though physics and astronomy falls under the College of Science, most of our students find jobs at the engineering and business career fairs. We encourage students to start going to career fairs during their freshman year. That way they are comfortable with what jobs are out there and what the employers are looking for. You'll also become more comfortable with how to dress and how to present yourself when your time comes during your senior year. Download Navigate, the app that gets you from orientation to graduation. This app has many resources that are great for students, especially during their freshman year. You can find your classes on here. You can schedule appointments. You can explore majors and careers. The one thing that we want to point out, if you are trying to schedule an appointment with a physics advisor, that is not available through the Navigate app.
Now we'll talk about what can you do with a physics degree. I want you to stop and think. What can I do with a physics degree? Did you think, I can teach high school? Well, you can. Did you think, I can do research? You can do that too. But what else can you do with a physics degree? These are national numbers. Many people are surprised that only about half of students go into graduate school. Almost half of students who graduate with a physics degree go directly into jobs. But what kind of job can you get with a physics degree? About 2/3 of students who go into the job market go into the private sector. Only about 8% of students go into high school teaching. That's why there's such high demand for good physics and math teachers. You can't teach at the college or university level with a bachelor's degree in physics. There are other jobs you can do. We've had students go into work at faculty labs or in the information technology areas. There are three primary areas students go into within the private sector. Engineering is applications of physics. Students have found it pretty easy to go into engineering jobs after they get a physics degree. Computers or information systems require problem-solving skills and logical thinking. These are things that you learn within a physics degree. And non-STEM companies hire physics majors as well. But most of them hire physics majors to solve technical problems. So even though it's a non-STEM company, it's not a non-STEM job. These are companies our students have gone to in the past 3 years after graduating. Many of them are science and technical companies, General Dynamics, General Motors, Lockheed Martin, but some of them are non-STEM companies. These companies, like Amazon and Willis Towers Watson, have hired our students for their science and technical skills, even though they're not science and technical companies. Students who graduate with a physics degree can also go to graduate school. It's no surprise that almost 2/3 of students who graduate with a physics degree go into physics or astronomy for graduate school. A good number of students also go into the various types of engineering, and there are many other areas that students go to graduate school in. Over the past 5 years, we've had students go into graduate school in all of these areas. This shows some of the schools that our students have gone to over the past 3 years, and some of the areas besides physics and astronomy that they've gone to grad school in. We are sending students to a lot of different grad schools in a lot of different areas. These next 3 slides show numbers that are specific to Texas A&M physics majors. You can see that over half of the students in the class of 2016 went into jobs, and the type of jobs they went into, and just over a third went into grad schools. In the class of 2017, over half the students went into grad school, and just about a third went into jobs. This is almost exactly opposite from what the class of 2016 did. This is the class of 2018. I have less information about what they're doing than I do the 2 previous classes, but of the students I do know about, just over a third of them are going to grad school and just under a third are going into jobs. We believe the undergraduate research opportunities set our department apart from the physics and astronomy departments at other schools. We have faculty working in many areas of astronomy and physics research, and undergrad students involved in most of those. 2 of our bachelor's degrees require research, but we encourage all students to get involved in research. Companies like students who have research experience because they've built teamwork skills and communication skills, and it's very important to have research experience if you go into graduate school. Grad schools are looking for students who have previous research experience before they start grad school. Now let's talk about planning your schedule. Here are some common error messages you may see when you register for classes. A prerequisite and test score error means the system believes that you do not have the prerequisite you need to register for a class. It's important to check prereqs and Howdy before you register for classes. A student attribute error almost always means you haven't submitted your lab safety acknowledgement. You have to submit your lab safety acknowledgement every semester if you're taking a lab class. Sometimes it means you're trying to register for an honors section and you're not honors eligible. A field of study restriction means that that particular section is reserved for specific majors. There should be other sections that you can choose that are not reserved. And a time conflict error means that you have 2 or more classes that overlap with each other. Unless you have learned how to be in more than one place at the same time, you'll have to pick different classes. Always check for attributes, restrictions, co-requisites, and prerequisites before trying to add a class to your schedule. How can an academic advisor help you? We can help with academic planning. We do course scheduling and degree plans. If you have questions about minors or double majors or degrees, we can certainly help with that. However, we can help with many more things as well. If you're looking for an office and you're not sure where you're supposed to go, because there are an awful lot of offices at Texas A&M, we can try to help you find the right one. If you're not sure how to address a particular situation, for example, sometimes students need to talk to someone about something going on with a professor, we can help you figure out where to start. If you just need someone to listen, we're not counselors, but we are good listeners. We can write recommendation letters, not usually for graduate school, but for research experiences for undergrads, or for scholarships or awards. We write many of those letters. If you have more questions about opportunities after physics, I have a lot of data on what students have been doing with their physics degrees when they graduate, and I'll be happy to share that with you. Or if you need help finding research, we're not going to throw you out there and say, find research with a professor. We will help you if you need that. But an academic advisor cannot help with financial aid. We prefer not to talk about financial aid. The rules for financial aid change very quickly, but we'll help you find the financial aid office. We are not counselors. A&M has an excellent counseling and psychological services office with counselors available for you to talk to about things that require their skills. We cannot advise for other majors. We know a little about other majors, but we're not comfortable advising about them because, again, the rules change very quickly. But we can help you find the right person to talk to. And we cannot help you with homework. We do not have physics degrees. When students start talking about physics, my eyes glaze over, I get confused. It's really just not a good situation. But regardless of what you need, we cannot help if you don't ask. The most important takeaways. The answers to these questions are the most important things you should have learned from this presentation. How often should you check your student email? What should you do as soon as you begin struggling in a class or anything else? How often are classes offered starting in the 4th semester? How long are you pushed back if you get off track? Please send an email to me or Rachel with the answers to these questions before the 2nd day of your NSC. You'll be unable to register for classes until we have received the answers to these questions from you. You can find our email addresses 2 slides from here. These next 3 slides will tell you about us, your academic advisors, how to contact us, and how to follow the department on social media. This is the end of the Fall 2020 incoming student presentation for the Department of Physics and Astronomy. If you are an incoming first-year student, there is one more presentation you will need to watch. Transfer students, you are welcome to watch it, but it is not required. We look forward to working with you throughout your physics degree.